Hey there everyone, this is Yui. Welcome to episode 8 of Sky Factory 4. Today we're going to get into some deep mob learning so we can gain flight. So let's get to it. Now you may have noticed that my armor looks a little different. Since I have this cactus here, I have saturation, I can stand right here and my armor will level up. So I did that just for a little bit. And I ended up putting on the resistance and diamond on all of them and made them all unbreakable. Modifiers are pretty simple. Resistance is just obsidian, iron blocks, and a cast. And fire is blaze or powder instead of iron blocks. So both of these though can be duplicated, and so there we go. Now I have a full set. They go up to 8. Not 4. So while resistance is like protection, it goes to 8. So keep that in mind. And then a diamond just makes the armor both more durability and stronger. So, you know, overall it's pretty good. It's still obsidian, but I have a full bar of armor instead. And with saturation, I can stand there all day if I want and just leave it. Because my health does not go down. And my durability doesn't go down, so it's all good. I moved my generators into here. I only have 2 of them for now, but that's still 41,200 RF a tick or something like that, which is plenty sufficient for just running my base. In here, this one lags really bad. I put all of my power cells in there. Yeah, it's crazy. I can hold 71 billion RF. There you go. That's a lot of RF. It lasts me plenty. But it doesn't like it there. Anyways, so to get crafting, we're going to need this soot-covered redstone. I've already made some up. But what you do is you take a piece of redstone. Does it? No, that's a different one. You put down a block of coal and you attack it with it. So you left click, don't right click, left click. And it'll turn it over to the soot covered. And so I have a bunch of that stashed up, which is going to be the only real processing ingredient that we're going to need. Yeah, so we should be able to make patterns for everything else. So we're going to need the plates, which is just obsidian and that covered redstone. I need to expand this. This is not going to be big enough. We're going to need this machine casing. We won't need that. We will need keys eventually. We will need the trial stone. Oh, you need to know how to make the key first. Yeah. I know. Let's try that again. Alright, and then we need the simulation chamber. Oh, come on. Redstone, this. I don't know if you know how to make a torch. I don't know if it matters. I don't see it. Alright. Try this again. So simulation chamber and loot fabricator. And that's it. Oh no, that's not it. My bad. We need at least 1 of these deep learners. And you know, however many of these that you want to make, I would recommend at least 3. 1 for an overworld mob, 1 for a nether mob, and 1 for an end mob. But you're going to need more than that, probably, if you want to get into, say, the statues. So these statues require these cores, which can be gained from well, I guess you could use slime or witch, but keep that in mind. You're gonna need more than probably just a few, but they're all relatively easy to make. I already have a bunch of blank models made up. For my learner, I don't know. I'll start with 5. They hold 4 data models each. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, it looks like 5's about the max. There we go. Let's tell it to craft up some simulation chambers. 10, sure, go for it. Have fun. And loot fabricators. Let's make up a few of the keys. Oh, let's make a keystone first. And then some keys. Alright. I am going to set up the keystone first. So, this is all clear now. The keystone will actually come later, but let's just put it down first. So this needs to be a 15 by 15 area. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here. So it should be there. But it's not going to like these slabs. Yeah, there we go. So it'll be this whole area. I'll fill it in with slabs later, but it'll be that size, and I'll probably put a wall around it just to be a little safer. But we got that put in place. Let me grab those keys. Now for these keys, do not keep them in your inventory. Unless you're actually ready to attune them, keep them in a bag. Because it will attune all of them. So let's see here. Let's try to make some of these up real quick. We don't need all of them, but it doesn't really hurt to have them either, if you can make them. I know I have green slime. Yeah, there's... I guess we can make quite a bit of these up, huh? Gas tier. Well, we can make a gas tier later. Once we get a blaze going. Enderman. We're not going to be able to do Wither yet. Can't do Dragon. Shulker, nope. Guardian, nope, not yet. Later we can. Maybe. I don't know where to kill those though. And we don't have Twilight Forest yet. But an android we can do. Blue slime, yeah, alright. We'll do that too. That is all Twilight Forest. Alright, so that's how many we're going to start with. You could put 4 of these in a model. So you really only need 3 to start. Unless you have Twilight Forest and all that stuff. Let's see, which one's a good one? Oh, it's in the bottom right. I don't like that. But anyways, so what I'm going to do now is I am going to head to both the Nether and Lost Cities, and we'll just grind for a while, I suppose. Well, I mean, I'll cut it out, but the whole concept is we need to get at least one of them to self-aware, which will be one that the keys like. So we need to get a zombie, enderman, skeleton, witch, spider, slime, or wither skeleton. I could do wither skeleton. That might be easy. But there are a ton of spawners here, including blaze and witch spawners, so going to Lost Cities might be okay too. But all you gotta do is when you see something, well, headcrumbs won't help.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Wow, wow, wow. Get out of here. But as you can see, like, a creeper went up. Here's a zombie. Excuse me. Out of the way. And once you get... Let's see, there are 2 more zombies around here.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Skeleton. He got stuck on the grass.
Wow. Wow.
One more. Oh, no, thank you. And there we go. See, it levels up to basic. Knock it off. Basic is what you're going to need the least, at least, and then you could throw it in a loot fabricator. So I'm going to start grinding for a while, and I'll be back in a bit. Alright, and we're back for a second. I've just been sitting in this corner, letting them kill themselves on the cactus sword. It's not the fastest, but I have 4 spawners that I picked up. Anyways, so now that I have zombies to self-aware, what I can do is take out... Well, let's dump some of this junk. But the keys... So I'm gonna do... we need 24 ingots, and I think you get 6. So I'm gonna do 5 keys for now. Out of the way, zombies. Now I can pick up my spawners. Oh, excuse me. You can't have that. Alright. There we go. So now that I've made a good mess. So, when you kill a mob with the key in your inventory, the keys tier is going to be the same as the tier of your card. So, as long as you're at basic tier or higher, you should get a key that you can use. But try to get to self-aware. And the affixes are random. So they'll do some weird things. Anyway, so let me head back to base. And I'll show you an alternative way to grind up some experience if you're having trouble finding mobs. But I'll be back in a second. Alright, and we're back. So, I want to cover a couple things before we get into the keys. While in the Lost Cities dimension, you can find these mysterious folders. If you just right-click on them, it'll give you a folder with some items in it. Sometimes something you don't have. In this case, it gave me diamonds, which is nothing special. I got one with rabbit's feet, though, so I made a few extra. Just in case, because I think we need them for something. I don't remember what, though. Let's take a look. It was for the protein. If we get into that for power, we don't need to. Anyways, so I set up a compact machine here. Go in here. We've got all those simulation chambers. In the middle here, I have advanced connectors from XNet. So we're going to use XNet to do some automation in here. I have an ender chest for output, and I have a tunnel facing the downside, which will be the input. Which I'm just going to put a chest here for now with a memory card. And then, well, I need another connector. But let's set some of this up first. Inside the controller, we're going to go to Edit Channel 1. This is going to be energy. So what we're going to do is on the flux point, hit create, we're going to change right here from insert to extract. So that's telling it to pull the energy out of here, and we're going to tell it to insert everywhere else. And we can do that with just copy and paste. And we'll see if this works. If not, then we'll need a battery as a medium storage. Oh, there's so many of them. Maybe I should have only done like 5. Since the point is connected to the controller, we do not need to do the controller. So I'm going to skip it. But let's see. Yep. So they all have power now, which is good. Next thing we're going to do is create an item channel. This is going to be for the pristine matter. I'm just going to call it pristine. We're going to create one more item channel. This is going to be output. All right, so for the pristine matter, I've labeled each of these connectors. I've given them names 1 through 10. So they all have a number. I did that because you can hover over the block here and it'll tell you connector 1, connector 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to 10. And the same with the simulation chamber. So that way I can line the simulation chambers up with the loot fabricators and be good to go. But what we're going to do is for each of these loot fabricators on channel 3, we're going to extract everything. And we could just paste that. Oh, this needs to be, side needs to be, I think down is good. We'll try down first. Not there. Okay, go here. All right, and then for the chest, we're going to create it and it's going to be insert. So basically any item that is in the output slots for these loot fabricators will be moved to the ender chest, which is linked to our storage. Similarly, we're going to create for the simulation chambers, extract everything from down should be good again. And just paste it up. All right, now is where we're going to get a little different. So for these loot fabricators, we're going to insert, and we're going to give it a priority of 1. And we'll leave it on whitelist mode. And then we'll give it the pristine matter that we want to generate. We're going to insert on the top, so up. So we'll just copy and paste that, and we'll add the pristine matter in later as we get it. And then the rest of it will go insert into the chest. So when you run a data card, let's say we're doing a zombie, you will get the matter and you will have a chance to get the pristine matter based off of its tier. So up to 42%. Now if it generates pristine matter, we want it to go into the loot fabricator to generate items. And then the matter will just go into the ender chest. And then after that, the generated items will also go to the ender chest. So let's do a zombie. We'll pull out the zombie card since it's already done. Actually, let's also grab, say, Blaze. Here we go. Just to show you another way to level these guys up. I'm going to put my Blaze in here. And we'll put my zombie in here, and we got to go out. Because I need clay. So let's make up some polymer clay real quick. It is gold, lapis, iron, and clay, so it's not that expensive, but it does add up in the long run. So let's just make that many, sure. We'll take 2 stacks of this for now. Head back inside. Alright, so the zombie, I already have pristine matter for zombie. So I'm just going to put it here. And similarly in the controller for number 1 on channel 2, whitelist that. For this, I'm going to select iron, so it's going to generate iron for me. And as it generates it, it should go straight into here. And you'll see it for a brief moment before it gets sucked out into storage. Now we can put the rest of these in here. And let it go. Alright. Now, for things that are not leveled up yet, so this is a basic tier, so he still has data to collect. Now, if you kill a blaze, you'll get 4 data, as it says there. But also, you can run it through this simulation. When this number in the bottom right here reaches 100%, you'll gain your matter. And this line here determines if you're going to get your pristine matter. It said it failed, so we already know it's not going to work. But it generated the matter. The matter should have gotten sucked out and thrown into here. Because it cannot be inserted into here. But if it does generate a pristine matter, it'll force it back there. But now each time this runs, it will gain data. So now it's at 30, it was at 28 before. So this is a way you can level up your data without fighting the mobs past basic tier. But it must be basic tier. You can do the same for your zombies. It'll run. And then this one has a better chance of getting pristine matter. You're gonna work? Fail. Nope. But if the zombie gets it, it'll go here. And this will remember the recipe, so it'll just auto-craft it and move on. I'm just going to let those run. That's one way you can level them up. The other way you can level them up is make a key for them and run the trial. So I've set up the trial area. This is, remember, 15 by 15, so it's 7 in each direction. You cannot put torches here. So this says, please insert an attuned key to start. If I put a torch, say here, it'll say it's obstructed. So no torches. So if you want to prevent the mobs from spawning, put glowstone in the floor. I have 2 zombie keys. One of the affixes you should look out for is called Thunderdome. What it does is it will spawn empowered creepers, or what, charged creepers, that's it. The ones that blow up really big. So be careful of that. So if you look at this, this will regen party, so that means it'll just throw regen potions, I believe. Gives them speed, and there will be baby zombies holding things that you can get items from. This one has empowered glitches, knockback immunity, loot hoarders, so there's nothing special. But you put it in, you hit start, and on the side you'll see wave 1 of 7. Now it's 3 opponents to go, and you just kill them. When you clear the wave, you go to the next wave, and it goes more and more mobs in general, overall. But what you can do is you can cheat. I have these slaughter factories with increased range. Their max range is 6, so it'll only cover to here, so this last spot will not be covered. But using a slaughter factory, you can just automate this. The downside to that is I believe you will not get any loot from the loot hoarders, and you will not get the... what is it called? The corrupted glitch hearts from the glitches. So it's a trade-off, but I can just stand here. And plus I'm generating pink slime and liquid meat. And this is just so much easier. So it's something you can do if you really want to. They just spawn and die. It's so much easier. But you don't level your weapon like this. These spawn mobs don't generally drop anything anyways, so it's only the special mobs that do, the invaders and the glitches. So you don't really lose out on any items doing this. But this is a lot faster anyways, so we'll just let it go. Just spawn and fall over. Look at them go. But what you need to do now is we need to do this enough times to get 24. I'm going to get 2 more. So 26 glitch hearts. And that way we can make the full set of armor. 8 left. Like counting down to New Year's, but it's not. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. There we go. Rewards pop out in the middle here. So I did this a bunch of times before, which is why I had that pristine matter already for the zombies. So what you're going to need now is for each of the hearts, you're going to need gold and lapis. Then just put away your magnet for a minute. Come over here and throw them in the water. And then give it a moment and they will change over to the... oh wait, no. Skip the step. We need to turn the hearts into dust by smashing it against obsidian. Let's do that real quick. So you really only need 8, 9. We'll say 9 of these. Right? Yeah, 9 will do it. Because you get 3 per. So throw it in. Oh, hopefully that doesn't hit the cactus. Okay. And then you get your ingots. And with your ingots, you can make your armor. And while we're at it, because I like the sword, we're going to make the sword too. I don't know if I'll switch to it yet. I'm not sure. But this sword, when you use it, it'll gain damage over time. Enough to... it'll get a lot. But if we swap our armor out now, we can fly. So we have flight. We take no damage from falling now. So it is just, it's not as good, I would say, as the Tinker's armor. But it is, well, it gives you flight. So it's a trade-off. And at least until we get into Project E, I don't think there's any way of flying without taking up an armor slot. So this is how we'll do it for now. Do we get a pristine matter in here? No, not yet. Go check on the blazes. Oh, found it. That's the problem with these. You go in here. Let me change those priorities for now until I set the other ones up. And you will be this. That way they don't go into any of those other ones. Blazes, I guess we'll do blaze rods. I don't really need them. So the only other thing I want to do with this is I have my tunnel going into this chest. So let's make one more connector. Which will be... Sure, just give me it. This. And I think I need a wire or two. There we go. Come in here. We'll throw this connector right there. And then we have access to, well, it should be right here. So what we could do with this is we can, on the second channel, no, we'll make another channel. For items, create, this will be clay. This will be extract from the chest. All of it, sure. And this will be inserted into the simulation chambers on the upside. Not extract, insert. Just like that. So we have 3 different item channels for moving items around, and then just 1 channel for power. There we go. So now what that means is if we go back out, and we make some more clay, and we throw it in this chest, it should get sucked out, thrown inside, and while it's in here, it'll get pulled out and distributed into these simulation chambers. In some weird order, apparently. I went farthest first, it looks. So now then, this here is all set up. We don't really have to do anything in here except for whitelist the pristine matters as we get them. And then out here, we can attach an exporter to this chest, telling it if we really want. Let's just set it up real quick. So we have clay. You can make a crafting card. I only need 1, so we'll just make 1. Then an exporter. Let's go under for a second. There we go. We can export. Craft it. Oh, I don't have any clay though. Let's try this again. Clay. There we go. Export clay and craft it if you don't have it. So then all we gotta do is run this wire. Right over here. There we go. So now every so often it'll craft one, throw it in here, get sucked into the system. And that's how you can automatically export it. I am going to actually break this for now because I want to change the storage method so that way it doesn't make, I don't know how many, it'll make a ton. Because of the chest inside can hold a lot. So we'll do it some other way later. Usually I use drawers. Oh, we have Ender utilities. Where is it? I ran across it before. This adjustable storage. Make one of these up real quick and take a look. Because this might solve the problem. There you go. That is it. If we just replace both these with that, it'll only hold one. We disable this. Oh, that's the max stack is literally 1. Yeah, no. Go to 64. There we go. So that's a way you can limit your input. Put one of these inside and outside. That way you're not flooded with clay. Anyways, that's it then for this episode. So if you made it this far, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.